Good evening and welcome to the Nations League Live finals here on LFS. Our second night of semi-final action as we watch a repeat of last season's Euros semi-final between Spain and France. One place in the final remains. A trip against Portugal will be for one of these two who wins tonight here in Stuttgart. A trip to Munich and a trip to win this competition. With three sides remaining, Portugal, Spain and France, who've all won this competition before, just the once, they will all want to make it a second title in this competition. And we'll see if they can do that on Sunday. Whoever wins tonight will be facing Portugal on Sunday in that final. The loser will face Germany here in Stuttgart on Sunday afternoon. The two sides have been at the pinnacle of Europe and the world over the last decade or so. These two know what it means to win big competitions on the international stage, and we'll see if they can do one better. And what has been an incredible last number of years for Spain, winning this competition and then winning the Euros in Germany last summer. France won a taste of that after defeat in the World Cup final just 2 years ago. But tonight, it's all about getting to that final of the Nations League. And let's see how the bracket's gone already. This is the way it's gone. France progressed after beating Croatia in the quarterfinals on penalties. Spain had to see off the Netherlands via a penalty shootout to reach this stage. Both sides, neither side taking a full lead after both legs, so very well matched quarterfinals. But they find themselves here in the semis, and Portugal will be their opponents of whoever wins tonight. Let's have a look at the teams then, starting with the reigning European champions, Spain, and we start with them. Unai Simon, the captain, is in goal. A back four of Pedro Porro, Robin Lenormand, Dean Howson and Marc Cucurella in defence. In midfield is Martin Zubimendi, Mikel Merino and Pedri in that midfield three, with a front three of Nico Williams on the left, Lamine Yamal on the right, and leading the line, Mikel Oyarzabal. On the bench for España tonight, Raya, Romero, Cubarsí, Vivian, Ruiz, Gavi, Olmo, Mingueza, Pino, Baena, Grimaldo, Isco, Lopez, Morata and Agahoa. For France, beaten in the semi-finals against Spain last summer, they want to have their revenge tonight of somewhat. Mike Maignan starts in goal. A back four, the right back of Pierre Kalulu, Ibrahima Konate, Clement Longley and Theo Hernandez are the defenders. In midfield is Manu Kone alongside Adrien Rabiot, with Michael Olise in the 10. On the right-hand side is Champions League winning Ousmane Dembele on the right. Desiree Doué, who also won the Champions League with PSG, is on the left. And the man who left PSG to win the Champions League captains France up front tonight, Kylian Mbappe, the Real Madrid striker. On the bench for Les Bleus this evening, Samba Chevalier, Luca Hernandez, Gusto Bavardinha, Bade, Cherki, Zaire-Emery, Guendouzi, Tchouameni, Barcola, Kolomuani and Thuram. It's Spain against France. We remember what it was like last summer when these two met in a semi-final. What will it be like again on German soil? Kick-off between Spain and France in Stuttgart is next. A very good evening and welcome to Nations League Finals Live with me, Caoimhan Ferris. Great to have you with us this evening for this one. Two European powerhouses and two incredible countries with incredible histories at the international level. But only one of them can progress to this year's final in the Nations League. The reigning holders against the team that had their title taken off them by Spain, as they were the winners of the second edition. So both know what it means to get to the final and win a said Nations League final, and they'll want to do it again tonight. Our referee this evening is from England's Michael Oliver. Our VAR is Jared Gillett, who does referee in the Premier League but is of Australian nationality. There's an early little challenge there from Manu Kone. Just overstepped his mark and caught Mikel Merino early. Of course, what an incredible job Luis de la Fuente has done with Spain. Turned them from a team that struggled to get to the highest level and struggled to win big games to an absolute machine of winning games of football. Didier Deschamps, one of only a handful of players to ever, or a handful of people ever, to win the World Cup and the Euros as a player and a manager. Of course, won the World Cup with France back in 2018. Came ever so close in the Euros and the World Cup again in the last previous two international tournaments. Spain, the reigning European champions, will be some tough task for France, no doubt about it. Great welcome into everybody in the chat. We put a little question in at the start of the stream. Who do you think is going to win the final? Jake says Spain. Chris says I want France to win. Jamie says I hope France wins. Thomas says I want Spain to win. And Stan says France 1, Spain 0. Here comes Lamine Yamal for Spain. Well, that spaghetti haircut. Then he turns back and gives it back to Pedro Porro, who returns it to Robin Lenormand. A couple of changes to both sides from their Euros lineups from last summer. Especially Spain at midfield. Of course, the midfield three of Rodri, Pedri, and of course Fabian Ruiz was an unstoppable midfield in the Euros last summer. Absolutely fabulous to watch. Of course, the midfield three tonight, Mikel Merino and Martin Zubimendi, have had very good seasons at their respective clubs of Real Sociedad and Arsenal. And Pedri with Barcelona as well. Here's Porro playing it out wide to Lamine Yamal. A lot of early possession for Spain. Lovely little flick on to Porro. Porro with a cross. And that's headed away. Oh, not fully cleared away by Caoimhan Ferris. And that's bounced back into the hands of Mike Maignan in the French goal. Mbappe coming a little deeper to help get France forward quickly. Kayulu out wide to Dembele. And one thing France really struggled with at the Euros last summer was scoring goals on a consistent basis. Struggled to get the balance with that front line. And here's a chance for Hernandez, whose shot was over the bar. Nice idea from Theo Hernandez. And he had the shot early. And it just went over the bar. Had Unai Simon a little bit worried. Has that quality, does Theo Hernandez. As I was saying, it was one of the biggest kind of negatives about France's Euros campaign last summer was the fact they couldn't get the balance right in the attacking line. And Randall Kolo Muani, Marcus Thuram, Bradley Barcola, Kylian Mbappe, they just couldn't find that balance. And it ended up being that they just needed scrappy goals or an own goal or even a penalty to try and get anything out of a game. Very different to the France we've known and seen in previous years. Here's Lamine Yamal for Spain. Back to Porro on that right-hand side. Covered over by Hernandez and Desiree Doué, who was tracking back, but he couldn't keep it, Doué. And Yamal snips it away, and Yamal trying to dribble towards the box. Got a second chance at it. Oyarzábal's in the middle. Yamal, who snatched at it, but a deflection takes it behind for the corner. Yeah, it was a nice idea. It was Yamal just going very direct towards the box, and he had the help of Mikel Oyarzábal just to keep the pressure on the French defence. And as the ball came loose, Yamal snatched at it and it deflected behind for the corner, of which he will take. Left-footed low, across into the mix, and Longley to clear it. That was a little bit awkward from France defensively there, as the ball comes all the way back to Unai Simon. Pedri knocks it forward, but guided by Theo Hernandez back to Mike Maignan. There was a little bit of a worry that, or a little bit of a concern there was a handball in there, but no major claims from Spain, and the VAR sees no issue if there was any handball. Welcome back, boss. And boss thinks Spain will win. Simon agrees that Spain will win. And Stan says, mate, I love your translations, but I'm interested. Do you maybe have a better mic, or are you planning something? I don't know what you mean. My mic works fine, to be fair. Oh, a little bit loose there. In possession. And now France are on the break. It's Ousmane Dembele. He's laid it through. Mbappe trying to cross it. And what a challenge by Unai Simon in the Spanish goal. France were charging down. And the Spanish goalkeeper made himself big and blocked Kylian Mbappe's cross quite drastically. But from Spain, a little bit loose from one of the players in the back line. And France burst away with Ousmane Dembele. That was massive from Unai Simon. Otherwise it could have been a tap-in at the back post. That was a lovely turn by Oyarzabal. Laid it off well to Nico Williams down the left-hand side. Up against Konate. Williams chops inside. Williams! The shot is straight down the throat of Mike Maignan in the French goal. But again, both sides have that real quality of pace in the wide areas. This is why this game is so hotly anticipated. That's a lovely little combination between Doué and Theo Hernandez, who's bursting away. Hernandez dribbling up against his man in the Normand. And Theo Hernandez well blocked there. And out for the throw-in. We'll see this again, a possible handball. Yeah, it does come off Adrien Rabiot, but it comes off his arm here. And it's down by his side, so it's not a handball. And there wasn't, as I say, really major claims at all from Spain and the Spanish players. I've got to say as well, as per usual, the one thing that's so important when you're commentating is your voice, and just had a strange sore throat all day, so I do apologise if there's any coughing or anything like that throughout the stream. I do apologise for that in advance, because I've been having lozenges. I've been trying my best to ease it, but it's still quite sore, and I do apologise in advance. Nice work from Mbappe to hold it up. Kayulu onto Dembele on the right side, cuts it back. Mbappe trying to keep it alive, but crowded out by the sea of red in front of him. And Spain try and break on the counter. Yamal's intercepted well. That's a very good challenge. Harshly committed by Manu Kone, but he got the ball and nothing more. Here's Doué, using his footwork. Teared it up in Munich on Saturday. There was no way through there. Past Martin Zubamendi. Unai Simon is messing about at the back there. And Mbappe was on the scene. But Simon just about evaded the danger of Kylian Mbappe. Nine minutes gone. Spain 0, France 0. It's been a high-tempo start from both teams, both with their opportunities to get forward. Nice work between the lines. Zubamendi out wide, it goes to Yamal. Porro on the overlap. Yamal decides to come inside. But again, couldn't quite link it up for Spain. And now it's intercepted. Doué dribbling his way through beautifully. The pass was just too far ahead of Dembele on the far side. Nice idea, but not a great execution in the end from Desiree Doué. And Thomas says, "Yo, welcome in, Thomas." Samuel says, "Since I lost my double slip yesterday." Oh yeah, of course. Samuel, I hope Spain win 4-0. Might make me feel better. Well, let's see. Well, there's no doubt both of these sides can score goals from what we've seen this season of the two teams and their respective players in both teams. That was a little challenge on Michael Olise, but play on, says the referee. As Mbappe down the left side. Got Doué for company. Lays it back to Olise. Doué now into Rabiot. And Kone out to the right-hand side for Dembele. Moving it quickly, France. Dembele back across. Olise's shot was charged down by Dean Howson. And that will be a France corner. Yeah, lovely little chop across from Dembele, and Mbappe earlier on smothered by Simon as France take this corner short. Cut back to the edge of the box. Rabiot left it. It's Theo Hernandez off the crossbar. Another great chance for Theo Hernandez. He had one just over the bar and this one onto the bar. Hit that right at the corner between the post and the bar. Bounces over. That's two very good chances for Theo Hernandez early here. And Didier Deschamps clearly knowing how good a chance that could have been for Theo Hernandez. And for France, both sides have looked bright so far. Now, Thomas says if France wins, it's going to be a rematch of the Euro 2016 final. It would be. It would be. Portugal-France would be the repeat of the 2016 final of the Euros. Don't know when Spain and Portugal have played each other in a final. I would need to figure that out. We would, of course, have that if that happens at the weekend. Stan says, who do you support, Spain, France, or maybe Portugal? Well, see, this is complicated. So in this competition, I'm not supporting anyone, but at the moment, if Ireland or Northern Ireland don't get into an international competition, then France would be the team I would go to, because I backed France to win the World Cup in 2018 when neither Ireland or Northern Ireland were in it, and they won it, and ever since then I've just picked France as kind of that, not my home country, but a team that I would like to see do well. But again, not supporting anyone here tonight, completely unbiased. I love both teams, so they're great to watch, and both have got amazing players, so it's going to be a fantastic game no matter what happens. Lovely from Nico Williams. Oh, just a little short for Lamine Yamal. Well intercepted by Theo Hernandez, who's been very aggressive against Lamine Yamal early, but it's certainly worked in a sense. That was lovely from Mbappe, though. Little flick of Manu Kone now in the midfield for France. A lot more physical, the French midfield, I have to say. Manu Kone, a lot of movement from him, picking up between the lines as Mbappe dropped deeper to win the ball and was fouled by Martin Zubimendi. Free kick to France taken quickly. Out wide it goes to Doué. On the left, chops inside. A little bit overhit towards Hernandez, but he keeps it alive. Now Kone. Olise. Out wide to Dembele. He's got a runner on the inside of Kayulu, but couldn't quite link it up. There, Ousmane Dembele. And it goes out from a Spanish clearance for a France throw. Analog says, nice stream. Thank you very much. Welcome in. I do indeed, boss. From last night, you were having a mental breakdown whenever Portugal conceded and when Germany went in front. I'm sure you were very happy with the result last night, of course. Portugal beating Germany by 2-1 if you didn't see it. In Munich, coming from 1-0 down from Florian Wirtz's goal. And of course, Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the ultimate winner. Lovely little ball through the lines there from France and chopped out to the right side towards Dembele. Kalulu back inside to Manu Kone. Moving it nicely, France. Kone holding on to it well, breaking through the lines. Out to Doué on the left. Surrounded by two in Lamine Yamal and Pedro Porro, and it goes out for a throw to Les Bleus. Combining well are the French players. Hernandez out wide to Doué. Bodies arriving. Doué's cross was well blocked by Pedro Porro. Nicely won back though by Longley and Konate. Very sharp looking, the French side so far. Very sharp. Kalulu. Back to Dembele. Skips past his man, does Ousmane Dembele. He's got Kukurea for company. Back to Kalulu. Now, Olise. Squares it across, finds Mbappe. Mbappe holds it up for Doué. Edge of the box, Desiree Doué looking for space. Gets it back to Mbappe, who shoots. But well charged down at the edge of the Spanish box. They're moving it quickly, France, moving it nicely. Spain just staying compact out of possession. France trying to find those spaces in and around the box to have the advantage. Spain sitting and holding. Here's Theo Hernandez. Out wide to Doué again as France break forward once more. A little bit of space opens up. Doué will have a shot. But Doué's shot straight down the throat of Unai Simon. And caught easily by the Spanish goalkeeper. But a little glimpse of space there for Desiree Doué. And he took that shot. And there was no question in his mind that he was going to have that effort on goal. Spain had that throw in, but just didn't keep possession. Struggling to keep the ball a little bit, Spain, in these early moments. But again, as we said about Spain last summer in the Euros, and a lot of their success has been not being too stubborn about possession. Here comes Nico Williams on the break. Williams against Konate again. The shot gets taken, but saved well by Manya. Not cleared away very far though. Pedri. Zubimendi now lays it off to Yamal. Out wide it goes. Oyarzabal back to Yamal. Yamal will strike one, but guided it wide. And I think there might have been a deflection. Lamine Yamal said there was. Looked like the officials have agreed with him. Again, Konate trying to block off Nico Williams, and he just slightly gets round him. And has that shot at goal. And well stopped by Mike Mannion. Another player that was integral to Spain's Euros victory last summer was Nico Williams. Corner for Spain. Lifted into the box. Headed away by Hernandez in the middle. Out for another corner. Another corner. Pedri to deliver. Right footed. The header was off target by Mikel Merino. And they were calling for a possible corner there. Where Spain, did it come off a French head? It might have done. Or did it come off Dean Howson alongside Mikel Merino there? Either way, goal kick to France. I've got to say, the referee, Michael Oliver, looks madly out of breath. It's France playing out from the back. Working it into midfield, laid off beautifully by Doué. And the ball worked through the lines, and it's played on by Olise. And now Adrien Rabiot's bursting forward. Rabiot will whack one. But just like previous shots from France, sailed over the crossbar. If there's any man you want in that position, he can hit them, Adrien Rabiot, but he wouldn't be your first choice in the French team to have a shot from there. And that's probably exactly why he scooped it. And he was leaning back, so it was always going to fly over the bar. He certainly can hit them, Adrien Rabiot. He's maybe not the man that France wanted in that position. Here's Doué. Dribbling his way through bodies. Once again, Desiree Doué. as I say, absolutely lit it up in the Champions League final in Munich on Saturday. An absolute wonderful final performance from him. 2 goals and an assist. And PSG's 5-0 thumping of Inter Milan in the Allianz Arena. The 3rd ever youngest player to score in a Champions League final. And that was bettered by the PSG substitute that came off the bench and became the 2nd youngest to score in a Champions League final. .5 minutes gone. Spain 0, France 0. We kind of saw the way the game last night between Germany and Portugal played out. It was just a first half where Germany were probably the better of the 2 sides, but neither side were able to take much of their chances. These 2 very different forms tonight. Lovely ball by Yamal. Oyarzábal can't get it out of his feet. Nico Williams absolutely thumps one into the roof of the net. That is a gorgeous goal. But from France's point of view, poor defending. But Mike Maignan could do nothing about that strike. Absolute rocket from Nico Williams. France didn't cover their men enough. They let it go. They let it free in the box. Oyarzábal screaming to get it free from his feet. And that he did. And an absolute thumper from Nico Williams into the roof of the French net. And he gives Spain the early lead. Wonderful goal. But this ball from Lamine Yamal was like an arrow into the box. Low, hard, through the space, right onto the feet of Oyarzábal, who tried to get it out. The French defenders surrounded him, but they couldn't get the ball off him. And he rolled it through, and Nico Williams snuck round the back. And he absolutely rifled it into the roof of the net. Beautiful from Nico Williams. And Spain have the advantage early in this first half. Spain 1, France 0. And the crowd of thousands inside the MHP Arena in Stuttgart singing the name of Nico Williams aloud. Those of a Spanish persuasion only, of course. There's a little moment. We're just seeing a replay for Pierre Kalulu, who went down under a challenge from Marco Correa. He is okay, but it looked a little bit awkward for him initially. For the French right back. And that's Nico Williams' 2nd Nations League goal of the season in his 7th appearance for the 22-year-old. That's his 5th international goal in his 26th cap this evening for Spain. For the 22-year-old. And Spain have that early lead in this semi-final. Try and break forward again. They get the better of Caoimhan Ferris, who was a little bit dangly with his feet there and trying to make a challenge, but they return it back to Dean Howson. To Les Rouges. I mean, I'll call them that. La Roja. I believe that's the Spanish for Reds. La Rojas. Oh, lovely ball. Here's Oyarzábal! 2-0. It's Mikel Merino. And beautiful from Spain again. Carving France open. And the defence of Les Bleus was completely non-existent. It was just a lovely flick ball over the top. The two centre-backs were nowhere to be seen of Longley and Konate. And the French side of this stadium in disbelief. The Spanish side in delirium. And Mikel Merino, an auxiliary centre-forward for Arsenal, and steps up to find the net for Spain at the international level. This flick on over the top. It's Oyarzabal that plays the ball, and it's Moreno makes the run beyond. No one tracking him, no one marking him. Not good enough from France's point of view. And he just sweeps it past Mike Mannion into the bottom right corner. Lovely goal by Mikel Moreno. And within a couple of minutes, from a good start from France, probably a very positive start, they find themselves 2-0 down in this semi-final. And with a lot of work to do. They maybe just need to regroup a little bit. As that was a sloppy ball by Caoimhan Ferris. Straight out for a Spain throw on this right-hand side. They did start the better of the two teams, France, but they just couldn't get a foothold, couldn't really, as Spain did when they got on top, couldn't find the net. And as soon as Spain got on the front foot and were combining their passes and looking sharper, they were threatening. And they found the net twice in that little moment. As Doué fighting to win the ball back, but committing a foul in the process on Lamine Yamal. Two of the hot targets in Europe. Two of the most in-form young players in Europe colliding there. Free kick ticking, swung out to Nico Williams. Kalulu trying to dispossess him. Back to Cucurella it goes. Now Williams again, trying to get past Pierre Kalulu. And they're tussling and bustling and rattling. And Williams throwing Kalulu to the ground and keeping the ball in the process. And dribbling his way through, but had the last touch before it went out of play, did Nico Williams throw into France. A lot of belief in France in the chat. Well, they've certainly did, as I said, started the better of the two teams, but in the last 5 minutes, Spain have been undoubtedly the better side. That's why they find themselves 2-0 to the good. Doué laid it off to Theo Hernandez. Spain look a little bit more at grips with that left-hand side of France at the moment, and Doué crowded out as he tried to go through the middle. Spain win it back, and Yamal tries to keep it in play, but just overhit the ball. And he's won it back well off Doué, though, the youngster, and dribbles his way around him and chops back to Robin Lenormand. Fabulous from Lamine Yamal. Although the clearance by Unai Simon was much less impressive. Here's Longley. Again to Doué. Holding off challenge after challenge. Goes back to Longley again. Need to move it a little bit quicker, France. The tempo with their game and their play has slowed massively. Not finding those spaces as much, which they were in the early moments. Spain are just able to sit back and defend the situation. Trying to move it a little bit quicker now. Out wide it goes to Kalulu. Line up for the cross. Decided to against crossing it and gives it inside to Kone. Konate. Back outside again to Kalulu. Kone, lovely little ball. Finding it to Desiree Doué and a little bit of space, who will shoot. Well saved by Unai Simon and scrapped away by Dean Howson. That was better from France. That was better from Desiree Doué. It was well saved again by Unai Simon. France with the ball again. Olise. Mbappe. Olise again. Mbappe again. Much better movement. Out wide it goes to Kalulu. And Mbappe trying to switch it again to Doué. Look at the space for Desiree Doué here. Flicks it on for the overlapping Hernandez, who cuts it back across, and the shot is snatched by Kylian Mbappe and easily caught by Unai Simon. That was a wonderful move. And the cutback by Theo Hernandez was begging for a clean strike on it. But the finish by Mbappe was a little bit lofted. He just hit it in the air and got no pace behind it whatsoever. And it was simply caught by Unai Simon. But a little bit better from France. Two decent opportunities in the last few minutes. Yamal, though, always a threat for Spain. That's the turn back to Le Normand. Zubamendi will just give it back to Unai Simon. So, Spain with the 2-goal advantage. But France starting to fight back a little bit. They're trying to press high, France. Porro. Caught there by Doué, but Porro gets the throw in out of the situation. Welcome in, Ego Chip. Great to have you with us. Yeah, you missed it. Two very good goals from Spain. Something's telling me it's going to be one of those games. I expected that before the game. I expected to be a very good attacking display from both teams tonight. Do expect both sides to find the net. Oh, a little bit loose from Spain and from the throw-in here, and Doué's breaking away. And he was caught by Lamine Yamal a little bit late there. And that's going to be a yellow card for the youngster. Something tells me that battle's going to go on right throughout the night between Lamine Yamal and Desiree Doué, and it's Doué that comes out the better this time. And 17-year-old Lamine Yamal gets himself a yellow card. I mean, it's not great from Spain defensively. It's a terrible throw-in. And it's not Yamal's fault, really. It's that whoever... I think it's Porro with a throw-in. It's an awful throw. And Lamine Yamal has to make the challenge. He just can't let Desiree Doué burst towards the box. It's terrible from Spain. And Doué taken out by Lamine Yamal, who gets a yellow card. And France, who get that free kick in a good area here. Ulisse to take the free kick. Left-footed. It's deep. It's too deep for Unai Simon, but didn't get any touch to it. And it will just go behind for a goal kick. Yeah, just too deep from Michael Ulisse. "11 minutes to go of the first half, and since that 2-goal lead for Spain has emerged, maybe you could say France have responded well. With one or two very good chances. More threatening. And certainly in the wide areas of Les Bleus. A little bit of promise. They can find a way back into this game. They love to make it entertaining, France. They've never been one of the best defensive sides in the world. They've always been an entertaining side. You know, they're 2 World Cup finals that they've been in. 2018 and 2022. Most recently, 2 of the highest scoring in history. Winning by 4-2 against Croatia back in 2018, and then 3-3 draw with Argentina in 2022. So France always make it entertaining. That's one thing you can say about them. Free kick for Spain here. Yamal and Pedri over it. Pedri will lift it towards the box. Headed away by Kone. Not far away as the shot from Nico Williams was blocked. Whipped back in by Porro, though. Good ball. Not cleared away. Longley gets it and clears it away for France. a little bit awkward from France again. Those crosses, the deliveries into the box, they just can't clear it away. They just look like they're kind of an octopus with too many legs. They just can't deal with it. There's just no control from France in their own box. And I know that will massively frustrate Didier Deschamps, the France head coach. And that's where France are being overpowered at the moment. On that occasion, luckily, they did get it clear. But again, Spain, just if they keep delivering the ball into the box, they can always have a little threat at something. Because France haven't looked the most convincing. Magnan knocks it long towards Dembele. The second ball brought down by Manu Kone. And now finding Doué for a little bit more central, Desiree Doué. And Hernandez breaking down the left channel. Hernandez inside to Doué. Rolls it across for Olise. Now Dembele. Dembele dribbling his way through. Dembele. Good save by Simon. And cleared away by Spain in their own box there. Dembele with a lovely little bit of footwork and getting the shot off. And Unai Simon to make another save. Gotta say, the Spanish goalkeeper, despite not conceding, he's certainly been in a lot of work to do in the first 35 minutes of this game, 40 minutes. Another very good save. I think that might be his 5th save of the game so far for Unai Simon. So very busy, yet keeping a clean sheet at the moment. Here's Unai Simon. Nice work between Elise to link it up between the lines. Doué flicks it on, but Elise couldn't get reaching it, and Porro intercepting. All the way back to Simon again. Nice work from Lenormand. And into Pedri. Yathabal was brought down by Ibrahima Konate. And that's going to be a free kick to Spain in their own half there. Konate arguing the case. But Michael Oliver, well, to be fair, I don't think that was a foul, if I'm honest. I think that was a very good challenge from Ibrahima Konate. Got the ball, and it looked like it was Marino that kind of stepped into him rather than the other way about. Oh, and he's tried to commit there, Konate, but he had cover in Longley to help him out, as there was space in behind. Awkward that. And now Yamal skips past his man. He's got Hernandez and Rabiot, and the ball across was caught by Mike Magnan for France. Never give Lamine Yamal any space, I can tell you that much. And that little touch just takes it completely away from Clement Longley. Gotta say, I could watch these two play football forevermore. It was one of my favourite games of last year's Euros because they were incredible goals, just two very good teams playing very good football. Throw in there for France, or is it a corner maybe? Dean Howson thought it was a throw. It looked like the assistant flagged for a corner. I've just seen Kylian Mbappe jump into Robin Lenormand and then complain as if he was fouled himself. I mean, that's ridiculous. Corner it is to France, right hand side. Just over 5 minutes to go with the first half. As the referee, Michael Oliver, is going to have a conversation with one or two players for the moment. I think it's Robin Lenormand and Ibrahima Konate who were grappling before the corner, and it was Lenormand who was trying to do a little line dance with Ibrahima Konate there. Left-footed delivery from the corner. Flicked on. Oh, the header from Konate was blocked. Flicked back towards the box. Although Nico Williams brings it down for Spain and they look to charge away. Yamal down that right-hand flank. Lots of white shirts trying to surround him, but Yamal's tried to pick out the incredible pass, but couldn't quite reach Mikel Oyarzabal. Caught by Mike Mannion. Mayulu. Or Kalulu, sorry. Out wide to Dembele, inside to Doué. Just couldn't work it out. As Kalulu tries to intercept it again. Does well to put Spain off from clearing their lines. And France stepping in again. Mbappe. Nice little jink ball to Kone. Linking up with Dembele, although slightly overhit, but it's recovered by Longley. Hernandez out in the left side. Spain crowding the defensive third. Lovely ball by Olise. Dembele tries to chip Simon. I think he might have been offside anyway, but Simon with a very good flapping save. But I think he was offside anyway, Ousmane Dembele. Lovely ball. Yeah, he was offside. He just tried to get himself back onside, but didn't time it right. Dean Howson knew it all day long that he was offside, and that he was. It was a nice idea, lovely through ball, but if he'd just been a little bit quicker, Ousmane Dembele, that could have been a much better opportunity. Ousmane Dembele, what a season he's had. What a year he's had so far with PSG. Absolutely fabulous year for Ousmane Dembele. I think it's 25 goals and 29 PSG appearances in 2025. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. The level he has reached this season, Ousmane Dembele. No wonder why he's in the Ballon d'Or shout. A treble with PSG and a goal-scoring season off the charts for his standards. Free kick here for Spain. Just over 2 minutes to go of the first half. Pedri and Yamal over it again. It's a good distance out. Pedri rolls it back to Yamal, who chips it over the top. Headed back across, and the shot finds the net from Dean Howson. But the flag is going to go up. And he thought he'd find the net, Howson, and thought Spain were three. But the assistant raises the flag. And that delivers the news that Dean Howson didn't want to hear. And he was offside. Dean Howson. And the player that heads it to him was also offside. What a finish, by the way. But it does look like he's offside. Of course, it's Martin Zubimendi that the one is either onside or offside will decide if this stands or not. The first phase, no doubt Dean Howson was off, but he's not the one in question. It's Zubimendi, but it looked like he was offside anyway. And the decision is no goal offside, so it does stay 2-0. It was almost a magic moment for Dean Howson. Only his third ever cap with Spain. Thought he'd scored his first ever Spanish goal. It would have been a fabulous goal if it had stood, but he was offside. Oh well. He wasn't offside. The player that played it to him was offside, and that was Martin Zubimendi. What a finish by a centre-back. Fabulous on the volley. Oh, a little bit caught in the middle there. We're Spain. Here's Dembele dribbling to the box. Dembele! Hits it straight at Unai Simon. Strikes it nicely with his left foot, but it just doesn't curl anywhere near enough to take it past Unai Simon or even wrong foot the goalkeeper. It just seems like he's got the measure of this France attacking line at the moment, as the Spaniard. I gotta say, France have had ample opportunity to score a couple in this first half. They've got really good shooting opportunities out of the Spanish defence, but it's their goalkeeper that's keeping this clean sheet at the moment. Lovely again from Francis Kone. Just overstepped the ball around about the edge of the box again. And the attack breaks down. 2 minutes of additional time in the first half. Spain 2, France 0. And Yamal a little bit upended there by Adrien Rabiot. And that's going to be a free kick. Yavin says it's 1:15 a.m. but I'm still watching. Well, thank you very much for watching. Great commitment to the cause. Thank you very much indeed. P. Carroll says good commentary, bro. Thank you very much indeed. Jonathan says hi all. Hope all well. Just came on to keeping a like at work. Support the channel. Enjoy work, Jonathan. And thank you very much for supporting the channel. It's greatly appreciated. A minute to go with the first half. All the way back to Simon for Spain. A Neymar fan says hi, welcome in to you. Great to have you with us. Yuri as well. Nah, don't ruin the 1 a.m. vibe. Well, it's a strange vibe to be watching. Well, for me it's strange because I'm not used to, wouldn't be used to watching football at that time of the morning. I've got to say, there's some parts of the world that their commitment to watching football at the middle of the night is something I really could never do. Mbappe tried the shot. It was a weird deflection on it. Spain clearing their lines, and that should end the first half. And it does, as France retrieve the ball. That's the end of the first half here in Stuttgart. The first 45 minutes where Spain will be much the more impressed and much the happier going in at the break. But France know they've had many's an ample chance to get back into this game. But Unai Simon is playing a fabulous match at the moment. 2 goals from Spain inside a couple of minutes from Nico Williams, and Mikel Merino has them hot-footing it back to Munich like they did last summer to win an international competition. Could they be going the same way around and beating the same opponents in the semi-final? Half-time at Spain 2, France 0. We'll be back for analysis in just a moment. Welcome back to the Nations League Finals live here on LFS for our second semi-final coverage tonight after yesterday's 2-1 win for Portugal against Germany sees them in the final, and at half-time tonight in Stuttgart it is Spain who lead France by 2-0 at half-time, and it looks like Spain might be doing just what they did last summer in Germany this summer in Germany once again. A bit of deja vu for La Rojas in Bavaria. A wonderful stadium in Stuttgart, the host of what has been a very good match so far. Let's go through the chat again. A couple of chats at half time. Yuri says, hope Spain wins. Neymar fan says, who do you think will win? I don't know tonight. Well, Spain are doing incredibly well, and you would be a fool to bet against Spain, but you never know with France. They can always pull something up out of nowhere. Dwayne says, who do you think will win the Nations League? Well, as I said, if Spain can get through tonight, I think they will be massive favourites for Sunday in the final against Portugal. No disrespect to Portugal, very good side, but Spain are just on another level at the moment. So if they get through tonight, Spain, I would bet them massively to win it on Sunday. Thanks for joining us, Yavin. Great to have you with us. I don't know what your name is, but thank you very much. Keep it up, man. From Syria, supporting you. Thank you very much indeed. With it, Samuel says, unlucky would have been home and hosed. Well, surely, unfortunately for you. Darius says, Mbappe hat-trick. I mean, Kylian Mbappe's played well, but a couple of his finishes have been a little bit off. The one where he kind of scooped it up on the half volley, it was a little bit awkward, and it just kind of bobbled its way towards Unai Simon, who could catch it. But I mean, there's no doubt in both sides of great quality in the final third, and absolutely fabulous. Oh, of course, Kylian Mbappe with a hat-trick in the World Cup final. I was wondering what... I was looking at Boss's comment, I was like, I was wondering what that was. I was trying to think in my mind, but yes, of course. Well, you never know. Could happen again. Although I think that's one of a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation type of moment. And what a game France played in that one. That was an unbelievable World Cup final. It was probably the best World Cup final I've ever witnessed. It was beautiful from start to finish. Simon says he gets subbed at half-time. Or sub-second half. You never know. France have got ample options off the bench if they are to make changes. Barcola, Kolo Muani, and Thuram. So there's three very good attacking very good attacking changes if they wish to make them. Just seeing a repeat of that first half, a couple of highlights from the first half, and some of the saves Unai Simon made were very, very good saves, and there was quite a lot of them. He had a very good first half, Unai Simon. 5 saves in total from that first half, so he was very heavily involved, massively involved, and certainly, as I said, he's keeping a clean sheet and he's keeping Spain very much with as much of an advantage as they could ask for at the moment from that first half. Certainly. P. Carroll says, do you have an English team you support? Yes, I support Liverpool. So I was quite happy this season commentating on the Premier League overall. But again, impartial. Completely impartial. That's my job. See that goal again. I got to see that opening goal. Beautiful from Spain. Lamine Yamal. He gets it on this right-hand side. He chops inside Theo Hernandez. And then he just rolls it, like kind of forces it across the box. It bobbled its way towards Oyarzabal, who just couldn't get it out of his feet. And then as he just scrambled it under control, left foot sweeped it across, and Nico Williams round the back of Kalulu, and he just absolutely rifled it, unleashed a rocket of an effort into the roof of the French net. It was a fabulous finish, but just wonderful from Spain, and great from Oyarzabal, just to hold off a couple of French players who were surrounding him in the box, and to play that pass, and then the finish from Nico Williams is just incredible. Incredible. Remember for us as well, we've got lots of action to come for you tomorrow. So more action for you to come. We have the second episode of our LFS Reacts show, where I reacted to the 2025 FA Cup final. I broke down a couple of tactical situations, including the winning goal, and I reacted to the scenes at Wembley for the 2025 FA Cup final. So that's live. That goes uploaded tomorrow at 1 o'clock on LFS. And then if you want to come back to the channel tomorrow, we've more action for you. We're live tomorrow for the first episode of the LFS Transfer Show. That's live tomorrow from 4 o'clock. We'll be rounding up all the latest transfers, the gossip and the column news, and what we think is going to happen, who's making what moves. We'll find out tomorrow. Join us from 4 o'clock on LFS. So that's all to come tomorrow. So a busy day tomorrow, and then a little bit of a free day on Saturday. But on Saturday, I can tell you, we will be kind of going through, releasing a special video of the fan awards. So if you notice this week, we have polls up on our community page, on the posts on our the community posts on YouTube, and we're getting your votes, your opinions on goal of the season, manager of the season, best player of the season, all of that, and then we'll release all the results on Saturday in a little video and show you what the polls looked at and who you think. So the one that's currently live, it's currently on there at the moment, the poll for goal of the season. It looks like there's a clear winner, but anything can still happen there. It looks like Omar Marmoush's goal against Bournemouth for Manchester City is winning, but that is not done yet. So we will keep that poll open right till later this evening, around about 10:30, 11, and then we will take the screenshot of the poll, delete the poll from the community post as we've done all week, and we'll have the final results for you on Saturday. That will be live, announced on Saturday through a little video that we'll release. And then, of course, the Nations League final on Sunday, where we will be live from around about 7:45, 15 minutes before kick-off. An 8 p.m. kick-off in Munich. And Portugal will face the winner of tonight's match. And it looks at the moment it will be Spain, but in case anything can still happen at the moment. But if you would love to get involved, that would be great. And go over there and have your say on what you think. Tomorrow's poll, our final poll, will be, what is it, moment of the season, I think. So like a favourite moment of the season. So that will be our final poll tomorrow. But you can still vote on the goal of the season poll, which is currently live at the moment. Right, as well, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. As I've already stated, with the LFS React show, we'll have the Club World Cup to come. We'll also have our LFS Transfer show. So lots of content during the summer, while the domestic football takes a little breather and a little rest. But we will not be letting you go without any content this summer. There might not be a major international competition for the men's footballing world. But the Club World Cup will be a little substitution to that, as best as it can be, really. But nothing's quite like a World Cup or a Euros. There's no doubt about that. But we'll try and give you as best we can out of that, as well as the transfers. Because there's going to be a lot of action this summer, I'm certain of it. And already a lot of action already this week. We're going to have a busy show tomorrow, so I hope you can join us for that tomorrow. Right, we are right 4 minutes away from the second half getting underway. And if I recap the stats from that first half, the scoreline is the only stat that Spain dominated in that first half. The possession was not massively either way. 54% for France, 46% to Spain, so a little bit even on that front. France didn't create any big chances, but they did have 13 shots to Spain's 9. So lots of shots in that first half. 5 on target to Spain's 4 in terms of shots. Unai Simon made 5 saves. Mike Maignan made 2 saves. 3 corners to Spain, 2 for France so far in that first half. And Spain missed a big chance. Sorry, they scored both of their big chances, apologies. They haven't missed a big chance so far, but their passing, France have had more passing, more accurate passing as well, and entered the final third almost double the amount of times that Spain did. So Spain being a little bit more direct with their play and their attacking football, and France being a little bit more ponderous, a little bit more possession-based, but at the moment it is the free-flowing, exciting, direct football that is seeing Spain have a 2-goal advantage at the break. We'll be back for the second half in Stuttgart, where Spain lead by 2-0. The second half is on the way in just a moment. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Nations League Finals live for our second semi-final tonight. Spain leading by 2-0 against France in Stuttgart at half-time as the French players just returning to the field from the tunnel. And their head coach Didier Deschamps at the very back of that crowd of French players that are about to re-enter the field. I'm just seeing if there's any players being subbed at half-time or any changes being made to the French side. At the moment I can't see any movement. There's a couple of players obviously coming back out with their shirts that have been on the bench, but doesn't look like they're going to be making any half-time changes. Spain yet to emerge. Oh, there they are. Just emerged from their dressing room. Ready for the second half. And they have the advantage. They have everything in their hands at the moment, Spain. France will want to come out in the second half and come out quickly. Try and get an early goal. Just to, of course, decrease the deficit. And increase their chances of finding a way back into this game. Will France? Spain will look to do what they did in that first half and defend as a unit. We'll see if they can do that as they're taking their time to emerge from the tunnel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications. We hit 27,000 subscribers just a few days ago, and we're already hot-footing it towards 28,000, so thank you very much for your support. It's greatly appreciated, and we thank you all for joining us for this one tonight so far. But we're not done yet. It's not over yet. Still a lot of time still for anything to happen before the final whistle here in Stuttgart tonight, but you had got to say it's all Spain's to lose, really. And France have got nothing else to lose. They may as well go out and give it 100%. Try and find a way back into this game. Doesn't look like Spain are going to make any half-time changes either. Some in the chat are concerned over any changes, maybe Lamine Yamal coming off, but Yamal is certainly not coming off. He's back onto the field and along with his teammates ready to start the second half. But a big second half needed from France if they are to take this trophy back off Spain like Spain did to them the last time around in this competition. So we're back underway. Spain are the reigning holders of the Nations League, winning it in the last edition. And this competition still incredibly new to the scene. Of course, this is only the 4th edition of the UEFA Nations League. It was introduced less than 10 years ago. Here's a chance for a Yatabal. It's well blocked by Ibrahim Konate, but that was a little bit of an early worry for France. And a good opportunity early doors for Spain. Ball played through. It almost found its way into the back of the net, and it was Oyarzabal that was closed off in the end. This competition's only 7 years old. It was founded or created or introduced back in 2018. The winners of the first ever UEFA Nations League was, of course, Portugal. Then France and now Spain. Here's Lamine Yamal into the box, trying to add a third. Well charged down and blocked. As France might want to hit a counter here. Olise. Out wide it goes. Lovely little dribble past from Kylian Mbappe. Out wide to Doué. Mbappe continuing his run. Doué switches inside. Kone now to Olise. Now Dembele. Dembele back to Michael Olise. Chops it out wide to Kalulu across. And Dembele wasn't reaching it in the middle. It's nice work from Michael Olise, really. Just to poke it out wide to Kalulu, who squared it right across the 6-yard box. That corridor of danger, as it's most famously known. And Dembele was in the middle, but just couldn't quite get to the end of the... get his foot on the ball. It's a long throw in there from Spain deep in their own half. Nico Williams was trying to cause a bit of an issue aerially there. He's come crashing in, did Konate. And he actually won the foul. Here's Olise bursting away. And now Dembele on this right side. Chops onto his left. Dembele trying to dribble past Cucurella, who wasn't letting him through. And Yamal tried to backheel it away from danger, but he's put himself into danger. Doué to Teo Hernandez, and Dembele was at the back post and it couldn't reach it again. Teo Hernandez, lovely little link up with Doué, and he absolutely fired it across the 6-yard box, and it was desperate for a tap in at the back post. But that's two really good chances for France, created inside the first 3 minutes of this second half, and two massive goal mouth opportunities for Ousmane Dembele, who couldn't find the finish on either of them. Didn't make any contact with the ball on either occasion. But that was two huge moments. As Nico Williams was caught there by Pierre Kalulu. It's a little bit late from Kalulu, trying to chase Nico Williams on the ball. Just a free kick. It's Lenormand's ball over the top. Oyarzabal on the run. Manya has to come and shields it out for a goal kick. That's audacious from Mike Manya, out of his own goal and out of his own 18-yard box, and played a centre-back role there. Did the French goalkeeper in shielding the ball. That was a risk to take, and he took it, and it worked for Mike Mannion. I don't think you'd see many goalkeepers doing that, but the French number 1 did. Actually, doesn't wear the number 1. Number 16, which is an unusual number for a goalkeeper, I've got to say. That's lovely from Olise. Kone linking up with Dembele, who was a little bit sharp with his pass. Just intercepted well by Spain in the middle, although they've played it a little bit of a heavy ball, and Mbappe, intercepting it. Huysen there to block off the movement of France down the right side. And Konate bringing control back to the French side, although they've snatched it away, Spain. And here's Nico Williams. He's got Yamal to his left, Oyarzabal to his right. He goes to Lamine Yamal, who was well challenged by Adrien Rabiot, although he's given a penalty, the referee. And a yellow card to Adrien Rabiot. That looked like a good challenge to me, but the referee says penalty. And a yellow card goes the way of Adrien Rabiot. We've got to see this again. France incessant. They didn't think it was a foul. Well, Michael Oliver thought penalty. Let's see it again. Nice pass by Nico Williams. Is he offside, Lamine Yamal? Oh, well, let's see the challenge from Rabiot. Well, he wins the ball. I mean, I get it's an unorthodox challenge, definitely, but he gets the ball. Does Adrien Rabiot? It's a dangerous challenge to make, but they are checking for a possible offside, though, which could change this decision. Lamine Yamal, from the naked eye, looks a little bit like his left foot might play him offside against Rabiot initially, and that was what could save France here, this offside call. But the decision of penalty I don't think will be overturned. But will the offside be the thing that reprieves France here this evening in this huge moment? If Spain get a penalty and make it 3-0, surely there'd be no way back for France, but if they get this overturned through an offside, it could change the dynamics of the game, and the penalty stands. No offside in the build-up, and it is a penalty to Spain. Lamine Yamal winning a penalty that could take Spain to a 3-goal lead in this, the Nations League semi-final. An unorthodox challenge from Adrien Rabiot. And it is a penalty. But let's see. It looks like Lamine Yamal is the one that's going to take it. He's the one who won the penalty. And he looks like he's got the ball and he's playing with the ball at the minute. He doesn't look any way fazed by the delay of this anyway whatsoever. He's got Mike Magna in his wake. Lamine Yamal. Everybody's got their phones out, ready to record their view of what could be a big moment for Spain in this semi-final. 17-year-old Lamine Yamal stepping up for a penalty that could put Spain 3-0 up against France if they score it. The breath of every fan inside this stadium is held, waiting for the outcome. Lamine Yamal is ready. Magnan is ready. Who will come out the better? Lamine Yamal finds the net for Spain. Right down to the bottom right corner. And Mike Magnan had no chance. It is looking like it's going to be Spain's night in the Stuttgart stadium. France, who were started the better of the second half, couldn't take their chances. And right up the other end, Spain get a penalty and slot it home for 3-0. It will be some comeback if they do it now, France, but surely it is beyond their grasp at this minute in time. Spain 3, France 0. It looks like Spain are going to try and reclaim this crown on Sunday evening. Lamine Yamal choreographing this stadium and singing along and celebrating along. What a player. And just as cool as you like. The pressure moment and a massive game. And it looks like Lamine Yamal could do it with his eyes closed. That's how incredible he is. And that's how incredible Spain have been with their finishing tonight. Spain 3, France 0. If France aren't careful, this could be an absolute whooping. A whooping last Saturday that Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué, Marcus Thuram were all involved in. And Spain could be doing one of their own tonight for Spain against France. And here they're in again, and it's 4! It's Pedri now! And he's added a 4th to this. A night that could be absolutely sensational for Spain. And they're running away with it. Luis de la Fuente's side, the European champions, are destroying France in Stuttgart. Absolutely baffling. Wow. Desolation. The French bench can't believe it. The French fans can't believe it. But you better believe it. Spain are absolutely tearing apart this French side. And Les Bleus are blue in the face. Again, so open defensively. Terrible play to break into the middle. And no one covers the space. And Pedri just runs into the gap of way in which was left by the leaving centre-back Ibrahima Konate. No one had cover. And Nico Williams rolled it through. Pedri made the run and he chipped it across past Mike Magna to make it 4. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. Spain are away again here, right from the kickoff. They're in again. Nico Williams couldn't link it up this time. Well, France needed a good second half. Well, they have actually had an even worse start to this half than they did in the first. 2-0 down after 25 minutes in the first half. 4-0 down. And we've only played 11 minutes of the second half. Didier Deschamps. No one could have predicted how easy it has been for Spain at times tonight to find the back of the net. This French defence has been as open as anything. They haven't stopped anything Spain have been able to throw at them. Spain have just destroyed France everywhere on the pitch tonight. And still France have had many opportunities to find the net themselves. Olise. Mbappe playing for pride now. Francis, he's dragged to the ground. Mbappe, and the referee points to the spot again. Penalty to France. Pedro Porro is laughing at the referee's decision. He can't believe it. And it's a penalty to France. This game's nuts. Nuts. Let's see it again. Mbappe gets round the outside of Pedro Porro as he breaks to the ball. Does he drag him back, Porro? Is there enough contact there to drag him? It looks like he does pull him. But is it enough? The referee certainly thinks so. I don't think VAR will overturn this, so France will get a chance to cut the deficit. They pretty would have wanted to cut the deficit a good 5-10 minutes ago, but needs must. And Kylian Mbappe, who won the penalty. There's no doubt he's going to take this. Unai Simon has made 5 saves already tonight. Can he make it 6 and deny France a reprieve? Kylian Mbappe stepping up to try and cut the deficit to 3. Who'd have believed it? Kylian Mbappe finds the net, and France have got one back. You never know. But this is surely just a consolation at the moment for France. Spain 4, France 1, and Kylian Mbappe, the captain, stepping up and getting France a goal back. What a crazy second half we've witnessed so far. 2 penalties and a chipped finish. 3 goals in the second half. And we've only played 14 minutes. Kylian Mbappe from the spot, giving France a way back. Although, I wouldn't get too excited if I was in of Les Bleus persuasion, because it will be a long way back. It is a long way back. But there's more than enough time for anything still to happen. That's the craziness of football sometimes. Kylian Mbappe scoring his 49th international goal. His first in this competition this season. His 8th in this competition overall for the 26-year-old. 49 international goals for him. On the verge of 50. Here's Nico Williams though. Wonderful ball. Nico Williams! Deflection. Takes it away from goal from Ibrahima Konate. My goodness me. As we hit the hour mark, we're in an absolute thriller of a game here in Stuttgart. We knew it would be between these two. They got so much attacking quality between them. You always knew there was going to be a good number of goals, but who knows? Lovely little flick. Cucurella back across, but France with ample bodies in the middle to get it clear of danger. And it was Desiree Doué that was back there defending for Le France or Les Bleus. Samuel saying, and bang a crystal ball. Nazal says, you're amazing at what you do. Thank you very much indeed. Boss says, if France make a comeback, I will give €10, £10 super chat. Well, it will be some comeback if they do. Hernandez. Mbappe. Dribbling through. Mbappe. Going nowhere, but going somewhere at the same time. Kone. Out wide it goes to Kalulu. Now Olise. France will want to cut this deficit, not only to try and obviously come back in the game, but play for their pride. That's lovely. Doué! Hits it wide. Desiree Doué almost finding the back of the net there. Lovely little combination in between the lines. It was Ousmane Dembele charging through. He laid it off to his club teammate, Desiree Doué. Stepped onto his right, tried to curl it to the far corner, and it just goes wide. And Didier Deschamps, agonising response from him on the sidelines. They've had so many chances tonight, France. So many chances. Looks like they might be making a change. Both teams making changes very shortly. Ego Chips says if this was an England game, it would be a boring 0-0. Then England lose on penalties. Samuel says so many good players, they can't get the chemistry right and play together properly. Well, I'd say both sides have played well tonight. It's just France's defence hasn't been great. Spain have just been on another level in an attack, and when you're one of the best in the world at this moment in time, and you've got some of the best attackers in the world, you will always be a major threat. Right, to the substitutes. France have made a double sub. It's going to see Bradley Barcola and Ryan Cherki coming on. And for Spain, Dani Olmo and Fabian Ruiz are coming on as well. So a double change for both countries. At this moment, Nico Williams, the scorer of the opening goal tonight. That was a long time ago. He's coming off along with Pedri. So they're making way. And that double substitution for France. I can tell you that Pierre Kalulu and Desiree Doué have come off the field. They've been replaced by Bradley Barcola and Malo Gusto. But Ryan Cherki also came on, so that was 3 subs from France there. So both managers, Luis de la Fuente and Didier Deschamps, making changes. I can tell you Olise was the one that made way for Ryan Cherki. So a triple sub from France. Gusto, Barcola and Cherki all on. Doué, Kalulu and Olise off. Here is Cherki, finding it through to Barcola, who might have just handled the ball there as he tried to play it forward. Or was he in an offside position? No, he handled it. The referee clearly identifying that as an accidental handball, but a handball nonetheless from Bradley Barcola. Free kick to Spain. Boss says, guys, don't worry, France not coming back. Ego says, never say never. We've seen stranger things happen. But we have indeed. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. And when France are involved, anything's possible. You never know with France. You never know. France are that weird team that they could be absolutely nowhere in a game and then still win it somehow. Barcola's delivery. Oh, too high for Kone. And headed behind for a corner. They've started to turn it on a little bit, France. Marco Correa with a header to put it behind for the corner. A lovely ball in by Barcola. Dembele will take the corner on the right side here. Right-footed delivery. Whacked by Barcola on the volley, but skied over the bar. Marky says, to be fair to France, they're not playing their best offensive lineup by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I can certainly see that. Yeah, Caoimhan Longley and Pierre Kalulu, who's making his debut tonight for France, you know, 2 of the players you wouldn't want in your back 4 if you're France. No offence to them, but they're not the strongest that France can offer. But it's Konate and Hernandez that have been disappointing tonight for me. And Konate's made a lot of rash moves that left space in behind or left open. Oh, another chance, another goal for Spain. That was terrible. Terrible from Caoimhan Longley, but Lamine Yamal adds a 5th, and France's slim hopes of a comeback are surely dashed completely now. If they weren't dashed before, they're certainly dashed now. It's 5-1, and Lamine Yamal has his 2nd of the night. And my goodness, this has to be the worst goal to defend I've ever seen from France. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, Caoimhan Longley, hang your head in shame, because that is terrible. That is dreadful. I mean, the work from Spain in the build-up was fabulous. The ball through. But Caoimhan Longley, what are you doing? Lamine Yamal takes the touch around, but Longley's just grappling and is nowhere to be seen. And then Mike Manya tries to close the angle down, and Lamine Yamal just toe pokes it across goal. And a flapping hand from Manya, nowhere near strong enough. A wet bit of paper could have kept that one out, and Mike Manyan's right hand couldn't. And that bobbles into the back of the net for 5-1. Spain allowing France a little bit of moment of reprieve, but right up the other end they respond and dash their hopes once again. Spain 5, France 1. What a cracking semi-final. And France, one of their most embarrassing defensive displays we've seen in recent history. No matter how changed and chop and change you've made to your side, no matter how many injuries you have, no matter how much and how good the opposition are, for a very proud and very top quality side in France on the international stage to be absolutely humbled like they have tonight is something they will not take lightly, and it will take a while to come to terms with it. It will be shock that will be the overriding emotion, surely, at this moment. Barcola. Still France attack, so they've not given up on their attacking exploits. Mbappe couldn't quite squeeze it through to Cherki as he keeps it alive. Barcola. Still bodies in the box for France. Barcola trying to get it across, but he had the last touch there. And Porro sees it out for a goal kick. Fabulous. Habba says, if France win, I'll tip you a tenner. I think you commented that at 4-1. Yeah, your tenner is safe, I can tell you that much. Low pass by Unai Simon. Again, France no cover. Nicely worked by Teo Hernandez though to intercept. Now Barcola off the left side. He's got Yamal and Porro for company. Bradley Barcola leaves them for dead. Cuts it back to the box, and a good interception there. But still alive for France here. They intercepted again by Dean Howson. Fabulous from him. Two very good interceptions. One back by Kone again though for France. Dembele. Cross to Mbappe, laid it off to Cherki. Round the corner to Barcola. Had to take the heavy touch from that pass. Back to Cherki. And now Mbappe. On to Dembele. Keeping it alive. Out wide to Gusto. Gusto across. And Howson to put it behind for the corner. And you've got to say, France are still working the moves and keep attacking, but I mean, maybe it's delusion at this point, or it is just they're playing for pride, but they are certainly not giving up on attacking. Cherki to take this corner, right-footed. Header is flicked on and flicked out wide again, and Cherki lurking forces Porro to clear it out for the throw. So less than 20 minutes to go. Spain 5, France 1. And Luca Hernandez is going to be coming on, and Caoimhan Longley is going to be subbed off. So I think Caoimhan Longley, I don't know whether he will ever get back into that team, because that was a terrible, terrible moment for him. Quite embarrassing from France defensively to concede that fifth, and the way they conceded the fifth goal will anger Didier Deschamps. Eagle Chip says, I never expected this. I thought it would be something like 3-2. Well, I did expect a high-scoring game, but I didn't expect it to be this one-sided. I think that's what you're saying, Eagle Chip, and I agree with you. I didn't expect it to be this one-sided. Lovely ball, and behind Simon chasing. Dembele hits the post as he rounded the keeper. It looked like Dembele was nowhere near getting it anywhere near the target. Simon was scrappling and came running out into no man's land, and Dembele almost embarrassed the Spanish goalkeeper. This game is mental. And he hits the post, Dembele. John says, John Pork. John says this is quite embarrassing so far. It has been for France defensively. Egypt says, give Spain the trophy now. Portugal will get swept aside too. Well, if they're on this form, they would sweep any team aside in world football. Spain. Here's Gusto. France still coming forward. Rabiot, Kone, Rabiot again. Cut back to Gusto. There's no doubting France have always been an entertaining side, have always been more balanced with their attack, and certainly been so threatening on the attack. And that's why last summer's Euros was such a shock to see them so lackluster in the final third. And tonight they've been loose, they've been unable to finish, but here they have a chance here with Mbappe, who tried to roll it across to Barkle instead of having the shot. And that comes crashing down. A nice spin on the breakaway. Yamal on a hat-trick, remember. And he's not going to rush for that as he returns it back to the midfield. The Olays are right for the Spanish crowd now. Every time Spain makes a pass, they cheer it with an Olay. Huysen. Cucurella back to Huysen. And the jeering from the French fans starting to drown out those Olays from the Spanish fans. And this is just what you would call embarrassing. A complete embarrassment, a collapse of France. No doubt Spain would have been the average, probably the narrow favourites coming into this one, considering their recent history over France, and obviously being the European champions, they will always be the favourites. But the way they have performed tonight has been on another level. I gotta say, good luck to Portugal on Sunday. That's all I'll say. And I can't wait to watch that. I mean, of course, Spain haven't won yet, but with a 4-goal advantage with 15 minutes to go, surely not even France can find a way back from that. Oh, an interception at the back here. And Simon with a save. Mbappe tried to make it 5-2. It was a little bit of a sloppy move from Spain at the back, and Mbappe was there to pounce, but the finish lacking again, and he took it off balance. Mbappe, he had more time than he thought. He tried to take it off balance, and Unai Simon with a save again. As Randall Kolo Muani is coming on to replace Ousmane Dembele. Corner taken short by France. Oh, and nipped away by Yamal, but there on cover was Theo Hernandez. And that's a little bit of a naive foul there from Mikel Oyarzabal. Free kick to France. Substitutions coming here for Spain. Robin Lenormand is coming off. He's being replaced by Daniel Vivian. And the second substitution for Spain has seen Samuel Agahawa? Apologies for that. But Samuel has come on, the 21-year-old from Porto, for Spain, as France take this free kick, lifted into the box, cleared away, not far though, away from Kolo Muani. And then cleared away by Cucurella from danger. So Lenormand's coming off, and the other substitute for Spain I'm not too certain of just yet. The issue for France there, Ousmane Dembele has a little bit of a ice pack on his left leg there. Yep, upper left leg, so that might be a little bit of a concern. Of course, remember, both teams will still play on Sunday. All of the teams will play on Sunday, but Spain are the losers of tonight's game. Will face Germany in the third place playoff on Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, and then the final, of course, on Sunday evening. And the looks like France won't need to move and travel, because they will be back here on Sunday if they lose. Cherki! Oh! That's a cracker of a goal. France might be losing, but Ryan Cherki with a finish. That is gorgeous. Lovely layoff by Mbappe. Touch and finish on the volley. That is gorgeous from Ryan Cherki. France have a second, and that is probably one of the goals of the night from Ryan Cherki. Beautiful. Unai Simon, full stretch, couldn't save it. That was fabulous from Cherki. This game's getting more nuts by the minute. Spain 5, France 2. And we have 12 minutes or so to go. Ryan Cherki. Linked with moves away. Very heavily linked with a move to Manchester City this summer, Ryan Cherki. Well, that might be the man they're getting if they do get him, City. What a strike and what a finish. His first international goal and his first international appearance. It's a 21-year-old from Lyon getting France's second of the night. What a way to score on your debut for your country. What a goal. Just over 10 minutes or so to go with this semi-final. Spain 5, France 2. We love a high-scoring game. Absolutely love it. Ball over the top by Hernandez. Nicely cut out. And Spain right on the move up the other end. Lamine Yamal, remember, still on a hat-trick. Yamal trying to set up a goal. Looking for Dani Olmo at the back post, but nicely defended there by Malo Gusto to head it clear of danger. Gusto fouled there by Mikel Merino, so a free kick to France. That's another niggly foul, that time from Dani Olmo. So another France free kick further up the field this time. Nice little 1-2 between Cherki and Gusto down the right side here for France. Winning the corner off Marc Cucurella. I mean, if France get another one back, you never know, but 3 goals down in less than 10 minutes. It's surely impossible, surely. Again, never rule anybody out or anything out in football. Corner taken short by France. All the way to Gusto. Chips it into the box. Over the head of Konate. And now Yamal trying to lead the counter-attacking charge for Spain. He's held onto it beautifully. And absolutely trailed to the ground by Hernandez. And Theo Hernandez getting himself a yellow card for his troubles there. He wasn't letting Lamine Yamal out of his sights. Certainly wasn't going to let him pass. Yeah, he was always going to try and stop him. It's a foul and a yellow card. Huyson hoofing the ball forward to no one in red, and Malo Gusto can just recycle back to his goalkeeper. There's no question it's been France with a lot of the play in the second half, a lot of the action. But remember, Spain have scored 3 goals. That's the crazy part. I mean, if we look at the second half stats, France have had more shots, more possession, more big chances. But Spain have scored 3 goals. And that's the difference. I mean, France have scored 2 goals, but the damage was done early in the second half. That's when the game turned completely. When Spain made it 3 and then added a 4th in quick succession, that's when the game took its full toll on France, and that's when it completely swung for Spain. Maybe to see an insurmountable lead for France to try and overcome that deficit. Lovely little ball in behind. Gusto across, it's into the back of the net. It's an own goal from Spain. It's Vivian, the substitute defender. France have a third. It's 5-3. 6.5 minutes to go. Surely they couldn't do it. Surely they couldn't. There's no way Luis de la Fuente's side would throw this away. 5-3. What a ball. What a run by Gusto. And the cross in. It was Mbappe was going to get it if Vivian didn't. So it was going to find the back of the net either way. But an own goal from the Spanish defender, making it a little bit more nervy for Spain than they need it to be. Spain 5, France 3. It might just get them to try and push for a 6th. Spain. I mean, I literally cannot believe what I'm saying. While I'm saying it, I cannot believe what I'm saying. But foul there by on Marco Correa. That's maybe the idea Spain should go for. Win a couple of free kicks. I mean, how are France in this game? I mean, they're not, but they are, if you know what I mean. And Marco Correa is just getting slowly back to his feet. Yeah, Cucurella just fired late there. Like, I'm not holding you to it, boss. I'm not holding you to it. Definitely not. I mean, I think there was a guy that said if France win, I'd give £600 or something like that. I don't hold anybody to that. And if they come back, it will be one of the best comebacks we've ever seen in any game of football ever. And they would have to score 6. And Spain might add a 6th here. They're in. Good save by Manya. And it's directed wide for the corner. And every time France have a little bit of a foray, it's Spain right up the other end that could have an equally good chance. And that's probably their best chance of the last 15 minutes, Spain. And they almost find a 6th. Corner for Spain, Olmo to take. 4 minutes of normal time to go. We'll see how long will be added on at the end of that. Olmo delivers in, cleared away at the front post. Cucurella heads it back towards Olmo, who chests it down on the left side, flicks it forward, looking for Cucurella. France have cover, and Manu Kone is the one that intercepts. The clearance forward for France ends their possession as Spain have it. Here is Mikel Merino. Rolls it through to try and find the centre forward, Samuel. And now France trying to break away with Bradley Barcola down the left-hand side here. He's bursting away from his man. Bradley Barcola, he's got men in the middle. Can he find someone? He's found it here. The shot is skied over the bar by Randall Colomowani, it looked like. And it was. What a run by Bradley Barcola. Absolutely fabulous run. And it's to pick out Randall Colomowani. If that goes in, you would certainly believe a comeback was on, but it's skied over the bar by Colomowani. And surely that could be a sliding doors moment. If that finds the net, it's game on. But if As it did, goes over the bar. And surely that might just see Spain over the line, although there's still lots of time for it to change still. I gotta say, there is no defending going on whatsoever in this game. I mean, 38 attempts between the two sides. 23 for France, 15 for Spain in total across the last 87.5 minutes. 38 shots in total. Both sides are tearing it up in the attacking areas. No defending is going on whatsoever. The second half has been 3-3. If you take the second half alone, 3-all. Completely the opposite to the first. And if you said to Didier Deschamps before the game tonight, you'll score 3 goals with 3 minutes to go, he would have thought, yeah, we have a very good chance of going through. But they still find themselves 2 goals down, France. Ball over the top, looking for Caoimhan's run. It's actually fell nicely here for Rabiot. He's kept it alive. On the left side, he's held and pulled at by Mikel Merino. And that's going to be a free kick to France. High up on this left-hand side. It's actually Daniel Vivian. And that is a foul. It's definitely a foul. Free kick for France on this far left side. Samuel says there's no way on earth anybody predicted 5-3. Not a chance in hell did anybody predict 5-3. Unbelievable display tonight. I mean, our commentary highlights package is going to be about 20 minutes long. Corner delivered in. Or free kick delivered in, sorry, but well over the bar from Ryan Cherky. Nowhere near finding any of his teammates. Goal kick to Spain, and Gavi is going to come on for Spain wearing the number 9 shirt. Just very interesting. But Gavi coming on. Of course, Gavi has had horror with injuries over the last year or so. It will be good to see him return to the Spain side. His 27th cap for Gavi, the 20-year-olds. As we are past the 90 minutes, we will have 5 additional minutes at the end of this game. 5 minutes, and Mikel Merino trying to eke out every second he can and making this substitution, swapping with Gavi, who returns after a long spell and returns for his country, which I'm sure will be very happy for Luis de la Fuente to see, and all of those Spain fans inside the MHP Arena tonight. As that was a wasteful ball out to Caoimhan from Luca Hernandez. 4 minutes to go. Surely Spain will get themselves over the line. But as I said, France always give an entertaining game. They always give us an entertaining game, and they have in this second half. No doubt about it. What a game it has been. Throw in from Cucurella, nicely intercepted. As Rabiot tries to flick it forward, but cut out well in the middle. Again by Spain. Brought down by Konate at the back for France. Hernandez. Luca Hernandez. Chipped in towards Barcola, laid off to Cherky. Cherky to switch it across. Out to Malo Gusto. Gusto whips the cross into the box. The header is well off target from Bradley Barcola. Gotta say, Bradley Barcola has been incredible since entering the fray. He will certainly force himself into the starting lineup if he continues on this sort of form. They've done very well. Gotta say, the substitutes have made a massive difference for France. That will give Didier Deschamps a lot to think about, really, going forward for France. Bringing on the likes of Cherki, Barcola and Gusto. That first set of substitutes really made the difference for France tonight. And they came not long after that penalty from Kylian Mbappe, and it just kind of rejuvenated France. And they started, once they got into rhythm, they started working really well up front together. They've continued well, but the game is surely past them now. 2 minutes of the 5 remaining. Cherki lifts it into the box. The header is in! It's 5-4! Maybe it isn't over yet. Randall Colomawani didn't make a miss of that chance. He does find the net. It's 5-4. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. If France do this, I will not believe it. Unbelievable. Beautiful delivery by Cherki. And the header from Randall Colomawani headed it down. That one wasn't going over the bar. Into the ground and bounced up into the back of the Spanish net. They might just be clinging on here, Spain. A 4-goal advantage. A 4-goal advantage they held with just 12 minutes to go. They were 5-1 up Spain. France have scored 3 goals in the last 15 minutes. And with a minute or so to go, I think Spain will have a free kick, but they're 1 goal away from pulling off an unbelievable comeback for France. And yeah, it's a little late from Randall Colomawani. It's a little bit naive, actually, after heading into this moment. I think it will be too little too late for France, but my goodness. My goodness, they have pulled off some fight back. And this will give a lot of thinking for Luis de la Fuente. If Spain still get through, and they do get through and see it over the line, it'll be a lot of thinking. Because Spain haven't defended well either. Certainly not in this second half. They kind of just stepped off the accelerator. And France have absolutely put their foot to the floor with the accelerator. And they've scored 3 unanswered goals. And with seconds remaining, they have a goal kick. They've one last chance, surely, France, to pull off comeback of the century in an international game of football. Surely there's time for it. If the referee allows it to happen, there's going to be a free kick to France. The referee doesn't believe... The Spain players are arguing the referee's pulled out the yellow card. So France will get one last free kick, surely, to score a 5th goal to make it 5-5. We've already played to 5 minutes, so surely this is the last second, the last chance of this game of football. It's Cherki who will take it. Right-footed, up into the air, and caught by Unai Simon. A little bit of an anticlimax. And surely that will be it. Surely that will be it. It's just too straight, too narrow from Ryan Cherki. So he kicks it long. Does Unai Simon. Is the referee going to allow France another chance here? Long kick by Manya. But it's blown for the final whistle. 95 and finished. And Spain, despite leading by 4 goals with 12 minutes to go, France scored 3 goals and almost made it an unbelievable comeback. 5-4 it finished. One of the games of the century at international level. There's some people invading the pitch as well to get selfies with Lamine Yamal. I wouldn't be betting against that. I wouldn't be giving against that. Man, what an unbelievable game we have witnessed tonight. Only a semi-final, but 5-4. Absolutely off the charts unbelievable. This competition is only in its younger years. Just 7 years old, the UEFA Nations League. But my goodness, 2 of the world's best, Spain and France, have put on some display. Not much defending on show tonight. Certainly in that second half, when 7 of the 9 goals were scored. But a 9-goal thriller, a 5-4 win for Spain. They've hung on, but a lot of questions will be asked from Luis de la Fuente of his team. Didier Deschamps' side left it too little too late, really. But they pulled off an unbelievable attempt at a comeback in the final 15 minutes of that game. But if they turn it on from the start like they did in the final 15 minutes, France, they can be the best in the world again. But the too much damage was done by the time they did click into gear. But what an unbelievable game for the neutral. And I can tell you now, I have not seen a better game than that ever before. Final score from the UEFA Nations League semi-final in Stuttgart. It is finished. Spain 5, France 4. Unbelievable. Absolutely sensational. Fabulous. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Do get involved in the chat. What an unbelievable game. Oh, I think I need a lie down after that. I mean, I came into this tonight with a sore throat and thinking, I'll just try and be calm. I'll try and rest. I'll try and not exert myself too much. And trust it to be the night when we witness one of the best games of football in history. This will go down for generations to come. Albeit France were 5-1 down with 15 minutes to go, but they made it back all the way to 5-4. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And they were wonderful, both sides on the night. The defending will be highlighted, but at the end of the day, this is what football and why we love this game. You could be 4 goals down in the 78th minute and still have a chance in the dying embers to win a game of football. That is why we love this sport, and it's absolutely sensational. It's France in a nutshell. They can throw a game away and almost win it from absolutely nowhere. That's France for you. But the European champions prevail. Lamine Yamal with 2 goals on the night. He could have had a hat-trick. And so much more could have happened. But it was Spain that progressed. And they will be in that final on Sunday. They will be facing Portugal in a battle of the two countries that stand beside each other geographically. If I can get those words out. I'm still in kind of cloud nine. I can't believe what I've witnessed tonight. But believe me, this will go down in history. It's absolutely unreal what we've witnessed tonight. Absolutely fabulous what we've witnessed. Unbelievable. I genuinely can't believe it. Like, absolutely sensational. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We're going to tell you what's coming up, if I can sort myself out here and get myself calmed and ready to tell you what's coming up. But we've got so much to look forward to in the coming days for the rest of this, what we've got coming up for you, because we've got so much to look forward to on LFS over the next days and weeks, including this, the Nations League final on Sunday. Portugal against Spain is the final setup. Portugal, who saw off Germany in their semi-final last night. Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the winning goal in that one. But a 5-4 thrilling match in Stuttgart between Spain and France has saw Spain progress to the final. France and Germany will play each other in the third place playoff. That's on Sunday afternoon. So that's the way the bracket goes overall. But what an unbelievable game tonight. We will, of course, have the full commentary highlights. It will take a while, I think, to export on YouTube and allow us to make those highlights, but we will have them as soon as we can get them for you. So it will be a little bit later this evening, but we will have the commentary highlights of the 9 goals that we witnessed tonight in this semi-final. Absolutely game of the century. And I said it to you. I said it early in this the coverage tonight. I said France always give you an entertaining game. No matter where they are in a game, no matter how far they are back, they always give you an entertaining game. And my goodness, they made it entertaining to those final minutes tonight. And they couldn't quite pull off comeback of the century. But again, it was a very good attempt once again. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Let's quickly tell you what's coming up on LFS. Busy day tomorrow. The LFS React Show, Episode 2, where I react to the 2025 FA Cup Final is tomorrow at 1. that will be uploaded live to the channel. Then we're live on the channel tomorrow from 4 for the LFS transfer show. Who's going where? Who will be getting their big move this summer? And who's already made a couple of moves? That's already happened. We'll tell you all about that tomorrow on the LFS transfer show. And then the big one on Sunday, Portugal against Spain is the Nations League final for 2025. What a cracking set of semi-finals we've witnessed over tonight and last night. And the conclusion of it all, will Spain get their second title in their back-to-back competitions, or will Portugal, the inaugural winners of this competition, claim their second title? We'll find out that Sunday at 8 o'clock here on LFS. Right, tonight, thank you very much for joining us. What a game. We'll have the highlights for you on YouTube very shortly. But thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for your company. See you again soon. Bye-bye.